We get to have pizza and champagne night.
Yes, and hang
periodically.
How much can I make for, juggling dildos?
The cast is a dream team. Like with each, person that would then be interested and we talk to, I'd be like, wow, we got them. Like that's insane. But it stems from Rufy's book and the characters that she wrote and how bold and, rich and complicated they are. And then how David expanded that into this series and his writing. Truthfully, everybody wanted to jump on board because of that. So I felt like, honestly, I can say this set and this experience was like one of the most joyous experiences I've ever had. And I'm so honored to be Margot and kind of share her to the world. So yeah, there was a lot of support on set. There was just a lot of love. And I think that you feel that in the characters when you watch the show, that even though, there's some estrangement and complications and flaws, at the end of the day, they do love each other.
I mean, Michelle, oh my goodness. Not only do you get to work with this wonderful woman, but you get to sing with her too. I mean, that was amazing.
And we get to have pizza and champagne night.
Yes, and hang
periodically
out.
whenever we're in the same town.
That's right.
Oh, that's amazing.
Sometimes a couple times a month.
Yeah. What are you
Yeah.
guys doing?
Yeah, come over.
Come over.
Nick, have you ever thought about joining OnlyFans knowing that the top earner today earns more than LeBron James?
I have not, I think. I mean, if it had been around when I was a teenager, when I was like, okay, how am I going to make money? Like, I want to go to theater school. I'm broke. And I worked as a laborer. I framed houses and I worked on a blacktop crew for a couple summers. And if that was open to me, I definitely would have said, okay, what can I do? And how much can I make for, juggling dildos or like, so, and I definitely would have looked at the menu and considered it. And I do love that about our show, that it invites the audience to consider what people are going through. Think about everybody's journey before you're quick to judge them for their life choices.
I think Suzy is an incredibly non-judgmental person. And I think she has an incredible moral compass of what's wrong and what's right as well. And when she sees Margot making the decisions to provide for her child, I mean, I don't think you can fault that. And there's a loyalty there and a friendship of, I'm going to back you 100% and I'm going to help you if I can. And I hope I can. And for someone to allow you that access is incredibly, I think, fragile, and you've got to handle it with care, and I hope that she does. I think that she does.
I think the nudity is kind of an essential part of this show and of Margot, in the sense that I'm also really proud of how it's depicted in the show, because it's not over-sexualized. It's not a focal point of the scene. It's just happening. And a lot of it is the motherhood aspect of like this utilitarian, I have to feed my child and I have to whip out a boob right now, and it's Margot. I also found her, even in the book and from the beginning, I think that she's quite comfortable in her body. She's not super modest. And I'm not very modest either. And I felt so safe on set and we were so on the same page. All the directors, we were 3 amazing women, who were so collaborative, and, we would make sure to talk about everything through, each day. And I also, some of the times when you're seeing me, it's prosthetic boobs anyway. So that would be funny, because I'd come out of the trailer and I'd think, yeah, I can just walk out, because I'm like, I'm wearing a shirt. And I'm like, no, that's a little alarming to people who don't know.
Because the prosthetics were so good.
Yeah, they
can't
look
tell.
so real, but you're covered from here down with prosthetics on. And I just, the relationship that Margot has with her body in the beginning, and then her changing body through motherhood, and then how with OnlyFans, she kind of has this new power and, agency over her body in a way that she kind of maybe lost with motherhood. So I'm really proud of the way that it was shown. I felt like it felt real.
It was handled really beautifully.
I mean, the amount of personally, I got to come to set the days that you're filming the wrestling and the flashback scenes, because I wasn't obviously working, so I just got to come and enjoy it. And the set that was built and the way that they dressed and the way they shot it to make it look like it was from like what era was that?
Like 93.
Yeah, so cool. And I got to watch it on the monitors, and the respect that and then the admiration I have for you for how you applied yourself to that, not just physically through the training, but the emotional, I think, weight of having to sustain that through the whole day. You're coming out and you're ramping up the crowd, and it is a performance. It's like, it's theater. And I think we don't necessarily have that intensity as screen actors sometimes, because we shoot scenes quite quick and we move on and then you get a break. But you're coming out and Jinx is fully immersed into this performance. And of course we see it in one take in the show, but for you it's over and over and over and over, and it's those repeats, and that emotional exhaustion must have been incredible.
I mean, it gave me a lot of respect for wrestlers. I mean, I already thought it was an incredible performance that they do that does involve very real athleticism and real violence. You know, it's not a cleverly choreographed fake fight. It's a real fight, but it's nice enough that they can do it again the next day. But they're still hitting each other.
Cheyenne is so rich and such a juicy part. And in the book, though, when I committed to doing it, which was based on the Rufy's amazing novel that we all love, Cheyenne really jumps off the page, and she doesn't have a big page count, but she makes a huge impact. And I committed right away, and I didn't even tell my agents. And like months later, they called me. They're like, "Did you commit to doing this project with David?" And so I didn't know and then it just got better, bigger and better and fuller and more complex. And then I thought, I've waited all these years to work with my husband, and wow, I cannot fail. And I took on a lot, but as Elle said, it was just, the writing was so good that honestly, and our costumer was so good. And it's like, once you put on those clothes and the teeth and the nails and the boobs and, learn your lines, you were pretty much there. Just all you had to do is really open your mouth and speak.
I love to get to transform as an actor, to learn some new skill. I would love to be cast as like Chet Baker or something and have to actually play some good, sweet trumpet. Because it's just really fun to throw yourself into learning something new. And with my, I was a football player, and I've done a lot of stunts and fight choreography for the stage. So I had, some basic fundamentals to say, okay, and they gave me this incredible coach named Chavo Guerrero, who's a real wrestler, and our stunt coordinator, John Epstein. They took such good care of me that it just, I knew that if I worked as hard as I could, we'd get some wonderful footage, and I successfully did it without having to go to the hospital. I was definitely walking funny for a few days after we shot it, but getting to work with Jericho, and how generous. Like, he showed up and let me toss him, that guy is massive. And I did a lot of reading about the Hart family out of Calgary, where Jericho's from, I believe also. There's such an incredible wrestling tradition out of Canada. And then getting to do that with Nicole, getting to do anything with a movie star like Nicole Kidman was pretty incredible. But to have her beat me up in a leotard was pretty special.